Mel, you there?
All right, Grasshoppers, we are going live. We had Mel. We've got Ron, myself. James is not with us today. He's traveling with his team. Mel was on, and it was, I don't know if it's a good or bad thing. We could not hear him. So maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. But we had his son who's going to be on it.
That's a great thing, Tom.
That's a good thing. Grass, how you doing?
I'm good. I almost found a juicer.
Yeah, so I thought you had given up on the juicer.
No, it was a different kind of juicer.
Oh.
Human juicer.
Human juice.
They come to your house. Anyway.
Oh, all right. Huh? Good. Yeah. Good. Okay, we haven't done a show since the trade deadline. What'd you think what the Rangers did?
Well, I like that guy, Cop. I think he's is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Cop?
Yep.
Yeah, I like Cop, so I like him too.
Oh, Mel's coming back on. We see if we got his fixture. We're live, just so you know. Can we hear you, Mel? You got some time. There's Mel's son right there. Studly dude. Look at him.
Yeah. Thank God he looks like his mother.
Mel, did you check your mic when you came back on the show? Oh, and it looked like it was working? Well, this is good. So we can have Mel on the show, but we don't have
Tom, this is how we've always wanted it.
I know we can have him on the show, but we don't have to hear him. This is good. I like this a lot.
Is that a Ranger hat, Mel?
Ranger, he's got the Ranger garb
on.
Oh my
God, you went full out today. I got Ranger underwear on.
So are we? While Mel's didn't technically taken care of her, Gresh, we're happy with what the Rangers did for trades.
I like the Cop move. I think that's that kind of speed you just can't manufacture, right? It's good.
And, they had a little bit of a tough night there, the first game against New Jersey after the trade.
Yeah, well, the guys come in, and a lot of guys, you always have friends on the team. When guys get traded and stuff, and your mind is not like right there right away, and you need a couple of days to sort that out. Tom, and guys are. You bring three guys in, they come in the lineup, three guys are out. So those three guys have friends on the team.
Yeah. They're upset. Is that why they lost?
Well, I'm not saying upset. I'm just saying it's, if you look at if the trade deadline came right when they just won two big games, right? Gave up one goal, I think. Was it one goal?
Yeah.
2 games?
Tampa, yep. Big shutout by Georgia.
Yeah. Yep. They gave up one goal in 2 games, and I mean, and they win 2-1, 1-0, whatever it was, or
2-0.
And then you make some changes, like that's kind of like pretty tough. I know you bring guys in, but it's kind of like when you're sitting at a card table playing poker, right?
Right.
And you're playing Caribbean stud or high card flush, whatever, and there's like 3 people at a table. And you're beating it, you're winning, like you're winning every hand. Another guy comes in, instead of saying, "Oh, you guys winning or losing," just sits down and changes the cards, right? Then you get mad at him, like I do.
I would have no idea what you're talking about. So.
Well, that's just you change the card. The cards get changed.
There's a certain etiquette when you come into the game.
Well, I just think like if you're winning, you don't change your winning way.
Okay, so you're saying they should have made the trade?
No, they can make the trade, but you got to wait. Let things like you just won. You just beat 2 of the best teams in the league.
Correct.
Back on the road.
Right.
Like, how much better do you think you're going to be?
So they shouldn't have made the trade. Is that what you're saying?
No, they can make the trade, but wait till they lose a game or something like that and see what happens, and then bring guys in.
Well, the deadline. Oh, you're saying so that even though they got the 3 new players, they shouldn't necessarily address them.
They didn't address them right away. Give them a couple practices. They know they got a couple of days off right now. They play Tuesday. Let the same teams go back in. And the guys
typically they throw guys right in, though. I mean, when I got traded, you're right in. You're right away.
Yeah. Well, did LA win? I can't remember.
Did we win? First game? Actually, we lost.
You what?
It's on?
Yeah, we got you.
Did you win your first game, Tom?
What's your son's name, Mel?
Carter. Big
Carter. Thanks, Carter. Nice to meet you.
No problem. Nice to meet you
handsome
guys.
Dude. Look at that handsome dude.
Yeah, thank God you look like. Oh, no, easy.
You want to talk? You want to come in? No. Come on, come and talk. Tell them what it's like to live with your dad.
So what was the problem technically there? What do you have to fix?
What'd you have to fix?
Oh,
Hey,
so you-
here's your glasses. You had to restart. I don't know.
Oh,
Your computers
restart.
are freaking.
so you restart the computer. Okay, he's a smart dude.
Computers are so freaking stupid. It's a pain in the ass.
I know it's not. Yeah, it's the computer. It's not you.
I know. That's exactly right. It's
Can't
the
be
same
you, pal.
computer. It's the same computer I use every week. So why does it change?
Well,
Why
sometimes
does
you
it-
have to sometimes you have to restart it.
Why do things change in a computer? I can be sitting looking at a computer that I've looked at for a year, and all of a sudden it's the format and everything has changed. Pourquoi?
Well, you're adding new stuff on your computer. You're looking at new things. So it's downloading new material. So it sometimes causes issues.
I have enough freaking issues without that stress.
You're fine. Hey, you know what though? Seriously, I want to point out something positive. I saw that video of you helping out, trying to show people how to do the tire flip. That's just another case of you going out of your way to help people. You're a giver.
Yeah.
Well, how do I get since I've rekindled our old friendship from way back in the 80s, how do I get myself into these predicaments every freaking week? How?
I think it's because you're a giver. You're willing to put yourself out there. A lot of people would just sit on the fence and not do anything. You're willing to step out, try something different. You know, that one time you're Santa Claus, you had a little bit too much to drink in the parking lot there. Stuff like that.
People will think I drink too much, and it's not really the case. I'm totally under control.
I
Yeah.
agree.
You can never drink too much.
Right.
I mean, how do you drink too much? Like, what, do you drown yourself? Like,
Good point by you, Ron. Again, Ron, good point by you.
I mean, like, you can't drink too much. You eat too much.
Well,
Yeah. And drink too much is like, that's part of life.
ooh.
But anyway, for the trades, anyway.
Yeah.
Did Vancouver beat Colorado the other night?
Yep.
Yes, last night.
Was it last night?
Yeah.
Wow.
3-1 was it or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
How about and obviously we need to preface this a little bit. So George McPhee, old former teammate of ours in Vegas. So Vegas tried to trade a player that to a team where he didn't want to go. He had a no trade clause. Dadnoff. You can see that where they voided the trade.
Yeah.
Makes Vegas look kind of bad. But in fairness, George is not the general manager. He's the president there. So
Yeah, well, you got to brush up on your stuff if you're the GM or whatever.
Well, George has done that so many times. George's record, running Washington and what he did early with Vegas until McCrimmon took over. Do you know McCrimmon, Mel?
No.
Western Canadian? No.
Well, I've met him because I lived in the same complex as his brother Brad when I played in Boston, and I think I went to their cabin in Saskatchewan at one point, but maybe only met him once.
Right.
Once or twice, and that's it.
So the deal is Vegas traded for Dadnoff from Ottawa, and that's where he had signed that current contract that he's on now. So he got a no movement clause. The player then puts in 10 teams that he won't get. He doesn't want to get traded to. Now, from what I understood, doing some homework today, Mel. When they make a trade, they do a conference call, the two teams in the league, and they go over the contract, make sure everybody understands it. But they don't have to submit currently a lot of the GMs don't want the no trade, the list of teams that he doesn't want to get traded to. They don't want it out there publicly because it hurts them in negotiations with other teams for a trade. So the league currently does not get a copy of the teams on the no trade list. So when he then got traded, so Vegas is claiming they didn't have the list. And Ottawa is saying, well, we gave you the list. So
what team was this guy on? He was on.
He's on Vegas now. They got him from Ottawa. Ottawa is where he signed the current contract that he's on. They then tried to trade him to Anaheim, more because they wanted to make room under the cap so that they could bring in. There's another player that's injured. I think it's Martinez, a defenseman. Yeah.
So he's in.
He got traded to Anaheim, but they voided the trade. So now he's still in Vegas.
Okay, so Vegas didn't know that he had a no trade or.
Well, it's in the contract that he has a no movement clause. The question is they didn't check the no movement clause to see what 10 teams he wouldn't go to. So
he would want to go to Anaheim though, right?
No, Anaheim was a list of teams he did not want to go to.
Why would you not want to go to Anaheim?
I don't know. Sometimes it isn't necessarily like you put teams on that list. They do it for different reasons. You can put a team on the list that you don't want to go to, and then they can come back to you and say, well, but when you waive your no trade and go to this team, even though it wasn't on the list, that's a negotiating ploy for the player and the agent that he can get something more for that, or an additional.
If I owned a team, there'd be no trades.
You would have you would have no players.
What's that?
You would have no players.
Then there's enough players I could find to play.
You wouldn't be competitive.
Listen to me.
You would not be competitive.
Only one team wins every year.
You would not be competitive. You wouldn't make the playoffs.
Well, 16 don't.
You would not make the playoffs.
I know 16 teams don't make it.
The top players demand those things.
Okay, well, you know what? I would find 16. I would find 12 guys that are all grinders, and the teams we play against, it would so we'd lose. But the fans would love it because of the kind of game would be. It would be like the Broad Street Bullies.
Short season. You wouldn't be selling playoff tickets.
Oh, you don't think so?
Guaranteed.
Well, not playoff tickets. Look, a lot of
Guaranteed.
people don't sell playoff tickets.
Here's good point by Rich Isaac here. The reason you would not want to go to Anaheim is because of the California state tax.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't want to go there either. But that's not
all right. So here comes some interesting point here. So Carl Becker, Stone is ready to come off. So right now, Stone for Vegas is on IR, long-term injury reserve. So his money comes off the cap, gives them more space. But he wasn't going to be the player that was coming off the long-term injury reserve. It was going to be Martinez and somebody else. I can't remember what it was. But it's become a big thing now in the NHL where guys are getting hurt. So Stone was playing hurt, and then they traded for Eichel. So they said that Stone then went on long-term injury reserve to rest the injury he had. It was a back injury. But he was still playing prior to Eichel getting traded there. So by him going on long-term injury reserve, it made room on the cap to get Eichel. Meanwhile, they put Eichel in and they're out of a playoff spot. They haven't scored a goal in 2 games now. So,
well,
coaches
that's the way it works. But I don't. You think that you think you couldn't?
It's just play almost any player of any value now. It will get some form of a no movement, no trade clause, especially if they have leverage like they're free agents or whatever. You just don't sign unless you get that now.
Huh.
Yeah,
well, they have to go somewhere else then. So if you own the Rangers, and they wouldn't want to come to New York, probably the best franchise in the country.
Yeah, but that's not the point, though. It's about leverage and money, and I hear you. I guess I hear you. I mean, it's something we just never dealt with, right? It's never.
I would not have it. If you want to do that, don't play here. Go somewhere else. Only one team wins every year, so that's the point you have to make. Two teams don't win the Stanley Cup every year.
Yeah, but you wouldn't come close without. You wouldn't have the players to.
Well, you think it's any different than teams like that are in wherever right now, the Buffalo, all those teams that are in the bottom of the league? Well, okay, take for instance, Jersey. They made the playoffs once in the last 10 years or 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
Since they went to the Stanley Cup Finals in 12.
Yes, and your point is what?
I'm glad they got no trades there because that really helps their team.
Well, that's not why they're not making a.
Well, that's exactly the point. What's the difference? You got guys you can't get rid of. If you want to dump a guy's ass, you can't do it.
Okay, well, it's not that you can't do it. See, that's a misconception. There are some guys that just have a flat out no trade, no move clause.
Right.
But most of the guys have a list of teams that they either can go to or don't want to go to.
I understand that, but if you want to trade somebody, and you can better your team. You can't trade him because he won't go to Anaheim. That gives I'm not siding against the players. I'm just saying, if you own a team, the people that play on that team don't have a whole lot of loss that can happen. The people that own the team are the people that lose money, right?
Well, yeah, but okay, but the point is, it's about leverage and collective bargaining agreement and contracts, right? So it's.
I totally agree with all that stuff. I wish we'd had that back when it was back in the 70s, like it was in the 90s. That'd be great. But I would listen to me. I would make it so the players would want to come to the team. They would, and if they don't want to be there because they don't want to get traded somewhere else.
Well,
Okay,
that's the point. That's the point. That's the point. Though. If you like the team you're playing on, you don't want to get traded someplace else.
No, that's the point. But the thing is, if you have a team that people want to go to, then it's not a big deal.
Yeah,
like everybody wants to play.
Even if they want to go to the team, they'll still want to get the no movement clause. Because in the event that the team, because teams are always trading players, and so it puts the player in a much better position to just control where he goes.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean you can't. Doesn't mean you can't trade him. Just he's got more control.
Oh,
right.
Okay, but that's not the way I'd run my team.
Is there a restriction as to the number of teams you can have a no trade to? Or
that's a great question. I most of the time it's 10 teams that you put on the list of that you don't want to go to. But there's different variations on the no movement clause. I think there's sometimes you can have, if you're a good enough player, you get it. So I don't want to go anywhere. Now that doesn't mean they still can't come to you at some point and say, we're going to trade you. We'd like to trade you. Would you waive your no movement clause? But still put you in position to say, okay, but I'll waive it, but only to go to these teams.
So let's do this. If I had a no trade, or between us, what would be the worst 5 teams that you, and we're going to raise some shit here, that you wouldn't want to go to?
Well, I mean, again, now factor in it, both the team and the way it's playing right now and the state tax situation, right?
Province, yeah, you name it.
Right. So to me, I wouldn't want to go. Like I played in LA and I love playing in LA. I think they've got a good young team. Now you got to factor in, you got your state taxes higher. So state taxes higher in New York and California, right? Florida does not have state tax.
And Illinois and Canada.
And Arizona has no state tax.
Right.
Right. So the teams you wouldn't want to go to then are, the Canadian teams. I mean, if you factor in the tax issue, if you're purely looking at it just from a money, I think it's the New York teams, California teams, Canada teams.
Well, Illinois, and then you got like Nashville. That state has no. I don't think they have state tax either.
But if you're looking at the ones you don't want to go to just based on money, dollars and cents, it's those teams in those states.
Yeah.
Like, what a shock to come from New York to Vancouver and the travel here. That's the West Coast travel. So how was it for you guys in LA? Did you enjoy that? Like, the travel's atrocious.
Yeah, it was a big difference because, as you know, playing here in New York, I mean, some of your road games you drive to. You drive to Long Island, you drive to New Jersey, you take a bus to Philly.
Back then, Hartford.
Hartford, yeah. I mean, there's the closest trip. Well, Mel, the closest trip for us in LA was going to Vancouver. It was a 3-hour flight.
Every away game was at least 3 days.
Yeah.
Day before, day after, or day game, and then day after.
We used to go up to Winnipeg on a Wednesday night, right, and then play there Thursday.
Marble Club.
Over. What's that?
Then you went to the Marble Club,
and then play again. Or it was a 4-day event because you played 2 games in Winnipeg in the middle of the friggin' winter. It was.
Yeah. Is that what you did? Is that what you did?
We go up there. Maybe it was a play on a Friday, stay over Saturday, day off, and then play again Sunday. I think that's what it was.
Wow. I guess I was spoiled for all my life then.
Oh man, it was because you go to a movie, you walk to a movie or something on the day off, and your ears are frozen. They don't thaw out until the movie's
until you get home Tuesday.
Oh God, yeah. Oh. Timmy Waters, I played with in LA. He played in with Winnipeg. Well, you guys would know this from growing up there. He said it was so cold sometimes the bottom of the tire would stay flat, so you'd roll along. You would have to get warmed up.
That's true. And anyway, today's my Uncle Joe is 78 years old today.
Happy birthday, Uncle Joe.
Yeah, and the other thing is that in Goodsell, where I grew up, they're having a little hockey game today.
Nice.
The NHL guys are going there to play a game tonight. Bernie Nichols is going. Theo Fleury.
Nice.
I don't know who else. I didn't.
Just those two, like a 1-on-1.
Well, I think it's Bernie against Theo, so Bernie probably lose that match. But Theo's probably pretty fast still.
Mel, what did Vancouver didn't do much on trade deadline day, did they?
No, hey, sorry, Ron. A guy by the name of Merv Bednarchuk. Do you guys know that? Remember that name?
Yeah, I remember that name.
Merv
Well, Bednarchuk. Bednarchuk. I think he lives in New Westminster here, about half an hour from me. But he called me, and Cliffy Ronning called me. There's a bunch of games up. So that game, it's not in Cold Lake, right, Gresh?
No, it's in good soil.
Well, right at home.
They're probably playing Cold Lake too. They're probably playing Cold Lake, good soil. They're playing all that whole.
They asked me if I wanted to skate, and I said, "Well, I haven't skated in 2 years, and I'm barely walking on one leg, so I didn't go." But and I didn't want to miss the show today either. I would have had to fly to Edmonton.
Yeah, that's true. You can't miss the show to go to the game.
Mel, do you know a guy named Brian Manderville?
Yes. Yeah.
He sent me a note saying he played with you.
Yeah.
And you taught him some defense. You taught defense to a bunch of guys.
It's pretty hard. No. What? His brother was Kent that played in Toronto. He played pro.
Oh.
What a difference in skating between those two guys. Holy crap.
But were you in Germany or something with him?
Yeah, we went. There's a team. Well, every Friday morning at Queen's Park, there's guys that have been skating 7:00 in the morning every Friday. They've been doing it for 35 years. And what they'll do is they'll phone up, they'll go to China, they'll go to Germany, they'll go to Switzerland. And it's a bunch of guys that never played pro, but they'll pick up a couple of guys like me. And so we went to Germany and we ended up playing, and these are beer league guys, and we ended up playing a Division II in Germany. And I think it was a Finnish team. Well, we lost 6-0. It should have been 30-0. Right. So so they basically go drink beer for a week and explore and sightsee and shit like that. So that's where
have you got the Coupe de Stanley ring on?
Yeah.
Is Queen's Park still around?
Yeah, we skate I used to skate there every Friday.
Wow.
Yeah, does it still
look the same as it did back in the 70s?
No, they redid it a bit. They changed where Punch and Billy Shinsky, they changed the offices up a bit. They put in new stands. Still the same structures, The shell is still the same.
Is the prison still next door?
Just the facade. They took it all down and put up condos. So they kept the facade to the
Oh.
I remember we used to go out the back door there and smoke cigarettes right behind the Queen's Park.
Yeah.
And then the guys in the prison next door would be hauling out the windows and we'd be hauling back. Oh yeah, come over here. Come on, you guys. Let's go. Oh. It was like,
is that the back door, Rush?
Yeah, well, we went out there. We were having a couple cigarettes. And
they take around the back door.
What was the question, Tom?
It was about Brian Manderville. Brian Manderville.
You asked me a question before that.
No, I think you asked me a question. Wasn't it about the 5 teams one more plan?
Short-term memory.
Yeah, loss.
Yeah.
So here, our buddy Joe Rosario, good guy. Fire chief in Pelham Manor, I think it is. He's he doesn't call Wayne Gretzky by Wayne or Gretzky. 99, like 99 told me.
What the hell's 99?
Oh, come on, Ron. You don't insult Joe like that. He's tight with 99. He calls him 99.
99. Oh, okay. I couldn't figure out what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah, Joe's on the verge of having a heart attack. He eats cheese and sausage at 2:00 in the morning. So
yeah, maybe 99 can give him mouth to mouth.
Well, you asked me about the Canucks, and they didn't.
Oh,
yeah. They traded Mott to you guys.
Right. Yeah.
No, and I'm glad they didn't because Besser scored last night. Miller scored again. He's having a career year.
Right.
Yeah.
And they have a chance.
Yeah. So, how about if Vegas doesn't make the playoffs? Whew, man.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be. Well, can't get into that right now because.
Why?
Well, then both teams that Eichel played for won't make it.
Oh, I know. See, I call Eichel.
That's one of the 10 teams he shouldn't have went to.
Eichel is the culture killer.
Maybe he shouldn't have went to that team. Maybe that's one of the 10 teams.
Who?
Eichel.
he didn't have it. I don't know if he had a. Oh yeah, he had a no trade clause.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't him that had a no trade clause that got disputed. It was dad.
No, I'm just saying. Maybe he should have had one that didn't want to go to Vegas.
Yeah. For
Vegas' sake.
Yeah, I never understood that trade for them with Vegas. First of all, put him over the cap. They've already got
what's his name? Tuck? Well, I don't know what his first name is.
Yeah. Justin Park, I think it is. Yeah. Well, they've got
Justin.
Stone there. They've got a great hockey team already. I don't know why I wouldn't have gotten. I just think they totally mismanaged that place. Now, not George, it's McCrimmon, but.
Yeah, but I think that kid Tuck and Krebs.
Yeah.
Peyton Krebs. He was one of
those are the ones that traded correctly. Yeah.
And those two guys are, to me, they're more valuable than Eichel is.
Well, in theory, Eichel should be. I hear you. In theory, Eichel should be more valuable, but
well, that's like.
I just don't like Eichel's attitude for some reason. And the comments he made when he went back to Buffalo and Buffalo was booing him, then he made the comments after the game. It's kind of classless.
Yeah, I mean, like he's more worried about the name on the back than the name on the front. That's my opinion.
I agree 100%, Ron.
And if you're more worried about that name on the back than the name on the front, then you suck.
Okay. How was your day going today, Ron, so far?
My day is good, Tom. I'm having a great day today.
I can tell you're in a cheery mood. Grouchy bastard.
Makes Mel
look good. Makes Mel look good too.
I think that there's a lot of things that if you own the team, you have to have some leeway of what you're doing. You know, it's like the inmates are running the asylum now. You know what I mean?
No.
Oh, they're not? Okay.
No. I think we're overstating the no movement clause. It just gives the players some control. It's much more of a partnership between the players and the owners now, because obviously there's a cap at 50-50. So it truly is much more of a partnership. It's in the players' best interest to do what's right for the league to generate as much revenues as possible and make more money.
Well, I think if I was playing, I want to be on the player side, but I'm not playing. I'd like to be. If I was an owner, they probably wouldn't like me as an owner because I would never give them a no trade. That's just bottom line. Don't care.
You've expressed that.
Yes. What do you think, Mel?
What jacket are you wearing today?
This is for the Ferraro brothers out in Long Island.
Oh.
Anyway,
Okay.
Pardon?
Is that it? Are we going to elaborate a little bit?
Well, Tom's going to play the power play in the building they built.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Susan Brooks asked a good question here. New York Islanders had Zdeno Chara, did not trade him. A lot of people thought he might get traded. I was surprised that the Islanders not only did not do anything, they signed two players, at least one Clutterbuck. They re-signed him, and people thought they may trade him. So Lou is looking at things differently than everybody else. Other people were retooling, and looks like the Islanders will not make the playoffs, but Lou is sticking with his guys. But if you look back at the history of Lou Lamoriello, that's his the way he's operated.
Yeah.
He's pretty loyal to his guys.
I think next year it'll be a lot different for the Islanders. You know, starting out 13 or 15 games on the road.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a really good way to start the season. And then coming back, and I don't think didn't win the first. Yeah,
they really struggled early. Yeah, you figure the two previous years they'd gone to the conference final. So
yeah,
but the problem is going to be that now they're an older team. So
yeah, well, let's
But Lou, and listen, it's Lou Lamoriello. If he's doing it, then he's got the track record to say that it's right. So.
Yeah, I mean, like Lou's Lou. You know, he knows what he's doing. I think somebody told me that Lou's son runs their farm team.
Something like that. He is in the organization, yeah.
Or I don't know.
Yeah. But, question here about the LA Kings. Are you surprised the Kings did not make any moves? I'm not one that I know that a lot of teams make moves. I think we discussed before. I don't think it always works out. So no, I'm not surprised that LA did not. In fact, I admire teams that don't necessarily make moves. If somebody has a hole and they really need to make a move and they think they're a contender, then I think they should. But I think LA is saying, listen, we're got a young team here. We're building. So this is the guys we've got. And we're not making any moves. So
yeah. I think that you can make some moves that don't make sense too, you know?
Yeah.
And then
I'm not a big believer, like the whole thing in Florida. They were already one of the best teams in the league. I don't know. Does Drew still have what it takes to make them any better? I mean, the old Drew, maybe. I just don't know if he's got what it.
Yeah, and that kid that they traded away, he's a good player.
Yeah.
He's a shooter and stuff, but everybody thinks they're they make the moves to upgrade their team. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
My prediction is that Florida and Carolina will will be out in the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. All the powerhouses are out east. But why would you trade a Chara at 47 years? At least Drew is what, 30, 32, whatever? He's still got some legs in.
Why would you trade for Chara? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I guess you're looking at him as a 6th or 7th defenseman, as a real character guy, leader.
Yeah. Plus, he's a big dude, and people don't mess around much with him.
Yeah, but I hear you, Mel. I mean, you would have to say he's certainly not in your top 4 for defense. Like, he's not playing 25 minutes. He's a guy that's maybe going to play 10 minutes, maybe be a healthy scratch, but he's understanding he's there to help everybody else. But
yeah,
sometimes you just got to let it go.
Yeah, I know. But man, I admire him though. Like he's training and everything.
Oh yeah. No, the amount of what's the word? A lot of pain you go through, to play, 10 years. He's played 20 some. So you got to give him credit. You got to give him credit. But again, some of these general managers just go for the pie in the sky. Like, we got to do something. We got to do something, and it just screws up the whole team. It's like that doesn't matter. Anyways,
but there are some GMs. You're right, Mel, that do things to save their own job. They got to make it look like they're making a move, right?
And make it look like they're working.
Yeah, well, no, they work. I mean, it's a lot longer hour job now than it had been in the past, but I think it's one of those things. Okay, if we lose in the first round and I don't make any trades, it makes it look like I let the team down, right?
Or if you make moves and you lose in the first round.
No, I agree. I'm with you on that.
And your ass is on the line too. So
yeah,
either way,
this is a fun time of the year because the teams are set. You're for a playoff position. The games are actually exciting now, and you got to give balls out.
Yeah. Hey, Gresh, I'm concerned. We had a little talk before we got on the show. You had a little gas issue. How you doing?
Well, I'm good now. I've been eating a lot of vegetables, Tom.
Vegetables? I think that's it.
And so I mean, it was
like that. Chickpeas do that for me.
You know what I do is I put it in my tank. I refill my tank with it now.
Gotcha.
And at $4 and something a gallon.
It's pretty expensive, yeah.
Yeah.
Mel, do you have a gas issue at all? Or are you pretty good?
I'm pretty good.
So, like, certain foods don't affect you and give you more gas or anything?
I get more heartburn than gas.
Oh.
So Tums are my friends.
Good. Now, are you, like, sometimes in relationships, people are very comfortable with each other, so they're willing to pass gas in front of each other, like, or in the family, like a family setting? Are you like that? Are your family like that? Are you able to just sit there and after you sit down and have turkey dinner at Thanksgiving, whatever, everybody's sitting together watching football, and all of a sudden you just let one rip?
No, Mel wouldn't do that.
No. So when I first met Rochelle, you want to talk about Thanksgiving. Okay. So I get invited to her place, and this is the first time second time I've met her family. Mm-hmm. And I go there and some of the hats I've got. So I wear a black pimp hat, and we go to sit down at I'm sitting at the head of the table, and I take my shirt off to have Thanksgiving dinner.
Why?
I have no idea. I've got a picture of it. So I don't really. Well, probably. But so, anyways.
So was everybody else taking their shirt off, or you're the only one sitting at the table taking the shirt off?
Just me. And so I have a couple of beers. Anyways, where I'm going with this is, so when you have your special someone over on Sunday, for your special meal, I'll ask you that question.
Well, passing gas?
Yeah.
Well, I'll answer it this way. If I was with somebody that I'd known, I had a real comfortable relationship with. Well,
no, this current someone. Ira is curious as to this current someone.
Yeah,
so
Iris needs to get a life,
And just while it's on the top of my head, because things just come to me. So Ira and I have been talking, and I know you're not going to go see Ira, but if I come and stay with you for 10 days, like, that's probably 2 Sundays. So I'm going to have to find a hotel on Sunday, right?
Both Sundays, Mel.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And Saturday sometimes too.
Oh, gosh.
Hotels got prices on Saturday.
And once in a while, Mel, I don't want to say anything because I don't want to be like a stool pigeon or nothing like that. But once in a while, Tom's truck has gone on weekdays.
Oh, here's a good question. Here. Do you think Ron Duguay farts in front of Sarah Palin?
Behind her.
In her presence. Do you think he passes gas in her presence? Let's think about this. So here's like she was going to be the vice president.
Yeah.
Ron Duguay's dating her. I mean, they must be. Obviously, let's not get too graphic here, but just between us, they're very intimate physically. So there's like.
Well, you don't know that for sure, Tom. You don't know that.
I know. That's obviously you can't confirm that, but
no, you can't confirm it. I mean, unless you've seen it, don't
Yeah, Ron, totally correct. But let's assume that they are. There's a relationship there. There's a certain comfort level, right?
Yeah. You don't have to assume though, right?
Yes, you make an ass of you and me.
That's like Tommy. It's like this show. You were teammates with Ron with Dukes. You can ask a teammate anything, whether you're going to ask. There's nothing that you can't ask.
Right.
It's just the response.
So let's just picture this. This is a good point here. Okay, so Ron and Sarah are in bed together, and so do you think he pulls the sheets up and gets the old Dutch oven? Oh, what do you think? Do you picture that? What do you think?
Well,
or maybe they're out ice fishing.
Maybe it's her that passes, and Duke's is going like this.
Point.
Oh my God!
They're out ice fishing, and she lets one rip up with her ice fishing. What do you think?
Yeah, it could be the crack in the ice, though, too.
Oh God, that is a good question. We should get Ron on and ask him that.
Yeah, that'd be. He would like just look and laugh and.
Right.
Oh, guys.
Yeah, he would be like that too. Yeah.
I mean,
you wouldn't do that to Rochelle.
You ever been with a woman that farts?
Oh yeah.
Like
it's a natural process. Like to say that you don't fart would be just it's not natural. It's part of.
Oh.
Don't you think?
Well, yeah, it does. That's why you have a mute button here.
A mute button?
See.
Separate bedrooms is the key to marriage.
The what?
Separate bedrooms. So again, social media is, I don't do a lot of it, but Ira and some of these people just keep on me all the time and so one of the questions, I won't say the gender but he asked, like, Tom, if you get married, if I get married specifically, me? Yeah. So this special someone now. So at my table, I need Billy Condor-Tidiak. I need Deborah Meseringhausen-Hosen. I need Ira, Ronnie Jameson, all at the same. But I said to these people, I said, listen, you can sit at my table.
How about Doug DeVito? Doug DeVito too.
Danny DeVito, but all the people, Jack Sullivan, you name it. But I said, make sure you bring cash because I sure as hell know it's going to be a cash bar. And
how did you know that? How did you know that?
I just hazard a guess. So.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. No. Mr. Big Bucks Ira, Mr. Nonprofit, he can pick up the tab.
Well, that's what he said. He said, no problem. No problem.
Yeah. His Pods didn't say he'd pick it up. He said I would pick it up.
Well, Pods would have to he's going to make a trip from Florida.
So Gresh, I mean, if you're with your kids, like you've had a nice meal, would you pass gas in front of your kids, your children? No?
I want my kids to grow up respectful. You know? There's like a lot of things you teach your kids and you don't
pass gas. So you teach them to hold it in. That's not good to keep in your little belly though, is it?
That's why you have bathrooms.
Yeah. So you've never passed gas in front of your children?
No, I don't.
You ever try to sneak one out?
I never did it in front of my parents, and I never did it in front of my kids.
You ever try to sneak one out?
Well, I mean, if I'm walking to the car or something, I get to the other side, turn the car on, and slam the door, and let it go.
Right.
But no.
But there's got to be certain settings. Like Mel, when you're with your wife and you're driving someplace, right? You've got to let one go. You got to let it go, don't you?
Yeah. Well, no, there's like things in life you respect people that are older than you. Like yesterday, I talked to this guy, this gentleman. His name was Henry Shoup. Turned 99 yesterday. Huge Ranger fan, so I called him up. And I didn't call him Henry. I called him Mr. Shoup. The guy's 99 years old. There's like respect in life. You have to have some kind of respect in life. That's the problem now. People don't respect each other as much as they used to. That's what you got.
Gresh is on a roll today.
Yeah, no, you have to.
Mr. Sourpuss today.
No, I'm not at all. I'm just think that everybody, there's a pecking order and a pecking line and all that stuff in the world, right? You have to like kind of, you kind of have to respect people and respect their ways, and whatever people like to do, let them go. Unless,
If you just want to pass gas, just let them do it.
well, yeah, you just don't,
That's the problem, Ron. People don't get it.
no.
Let's go to Tom's favorite. You go to a golf course and you see beer cans thrown all over the golf course when the freaking garbage is right over there. You can't fix stupid a lot of times.
Listen, when I'm driving down the street and I have a little garbage bag in my car, right?
Yeah, it's not hard.
And I see people throwing shit out their windows, I still wish they made glass bottles.
Yeah, I agree.
And can's not going to hurt their car.
Well, if it's a nice car, throw coins. Just make sure it's pennies.
Well, I'd like to throw like those old Coke bottles. I used to like to heave those at them. Like you don't throw shit out of your car. The people that throw the shit out of the car are people that come into this country that think that where they came from, that's okay to do. But here it's okay to do it here. You don't do that. You respect where you are. Like you go into Canada, you can drive on the streets. You don't see, everybody throws shit in the garbage cans. They don't walk down the street and open their gum rack like this and go.
No, never happens in Canada.
Not very often, Tom. Down here,
okay.
Drive on the highway. Look at the side of the roads. It's disgusting. That shit didn't blow in. People threw it out their windows. It's kind of like the.
Okay.
No,
We're having fun. Let's be positive here. Let's have
I'm positive.
Times.
I saw where these 4 guys hijacked this Uber driver or Lyft driver, this woman, and whatever, they stole her car and beat the crap out of her a little bit, whatever. And they go to court and let them out.
Okay, all right. Let's have some fun, positive times here. Holy smokes!
So I did a little bit of homework.
Yes.
Because Sir James is not around and he's taken up our power play time, I can probably speak now, right? So
yeah, perfect. Absolutely.
Okay. So again, on social media, everybody's so positive about the trades that the Rangers made. Right. And this Mott kid, Kopp is probably the best of the bunch. Mott's going to be utility guy, Braun, but I look at it a little different way. Yeah, I know, Danny. Shut the hell up. So
that's very negative. Ban him, Tom. It's negative.
Yeah, he's not coming. Hey, Tommy, I'm not sitting with him at your wedding. Okay?
Oh yeah, definitely.
No,
yeah. All or nothing.
Now hold on. Isn't he in New Jersey along with Ira? No. Ira's on Long Island. Don't.
Contradidiac is in New Jersey as well. DeVito and Contradidiac.
All right. So, anyways, looking at these, did anybody take a look at the names of the guys you got traded to New York? So Kopp, all right, are all his family policemen, or does he own Kopp's Coliseum in Hamilton?
Good point by you. Good.
Very rich.
A lot of people didn't think of that. You're right. You're the one that's thinking about that kind of stuff. Good point.
Now, this Justin Braun kid, big kid, don't know whose place is he going to take on defense. Not sure, but he's going to come in. But his family he's an heir to the Braun Shavers.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
So he's also married. He's also married to Tommy Lysiak's daughter, I think.
Oh,
there you go. So he's been manscaping, obviously, right?
Sure.
Right? Yep.
I guess Tommy Lysiak's daughter would require that. Yep.
You'd think so.
Yep.
So and then you got Vetrano. We touched on this last week. His family did the TV show and the series in New Jersey, right? So you got
the garbage business.
In the garbage business, yeah. And then you got the numero uno, Mott's Clamato juice.
How about the applesauce? The applesauce.
And the applesauce out of Canada. You guys, these guys are going to help you guys like unbelievable.
You know what, Mel? That's brilliant analysis. Everybody else is looking at their hockey skills. But you've got a step further. What will they bring to the social life for the Rangers and the Ranger fans? Good point by you. Wow. That's wonderful.
How many cops in his family?
All of them.
All of them, yeah. That's right.
Now, while I'm at it, hockey. So this, again, social media comes.
I love this. When you're on fire like this, Mel, when you prepared yourself, this is
Well,
good.
just wait. I'm going to hit you with something at the end that's going to embarrass you. But anyways, most combined points by brothers. The first couple will probably be easy, but go ahead. First,
Combined.
Sutters.
who?
Sutter brothers.
Not even close, no.
Hull brothers. Well, no, Gretzky brothers.
Gretzky's are first.
Hold on one sec here. Just
No.
we're going to stay on your topic, Mel. Stay on your topic. It's just when Doug has something important to say, I need to put up here. Civic to see you own the car company. Wow, that's nice. Good job, Dougie. Dougie's a smart guy, I'll tell you. Oh, okay. So most points by brothers.
It was hey, Danny, his name wasn't Honda. It's Civic. That's not the point I was trying to make. Wake up.
The Richard brothers. The Richard brothers.
They are number 3, Henry and Maurice.
And Larry Podwell put that up there. I got to be fair to him. How about this? How about the Hulls?
No, Hulls aren't even top 7.
Really?
Wow.
No.
Niedermeyer's? No.
Nope.
No.
Sutter
brothers aren't in the top.
Yeah, they didn't give me points, right? Oh, well, Brian Duffy says Potvins, but I don't think they would be up there.
No.
So we got the Gretzky brothers. We've got number 3 is
Richards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kathy's going with the Maloney's, but no, they're not up there.
No, not even close. Come on, Kathy.
Oh, there you go. Susan Brooks comes up with Sedines.
Sedines are number 2. Very good, Susan.
Wow.
Well, see, now the people that are coming up with answers now, they're getting online.
Well, yeah, you can't cheat.
Yeah,
How about the sitters? Hold on. Sitters. I think it might be Sittler, but we'll go with this. The Sitters.
Willie.
Those Sitter brothers.
There was no Sitters brothers.
Oh, here's one. Do you want me to put it up? Would somebody put up or just?
Go ahead, yeah.
Mahovliches.
Very good.
That was Rich Isaac. That was our buddy Rich Isaac.
What number were they?
Hold on a second. I can't read. Number 6. So we've got number 4 and 5. And they both played for the Rangers.
Hextall.
Who?
Hextalls?
No.
Patrick's?
One of them, okay, so number 4 and number 5, one of the brothers both played for the Rangers.
Well, I mean, so you get 2 Esposito's, even though one was a goalie.
Nope.
Mullins?
Nope.
Played for the Rangers.
Yep.
Okay, brothers. So the both brothers didn't necessarily play for the Rangers.
The Cook
One
brothers.
of the brothers from those 2 groups played for the Rangers.
The Cook brothers.
No.
Oh. Dion.
The worst trade in the history of the New York Rangers.
I can't take credit for that. That was Thomas Smith that said that.
Middleton.
Markel Dione. That's right.
So did we get them all?
Nope. You still got you got the Mahovliches, and then you got number 7 were Europeans.
Oh, it's the Stasnys.
Stasny's very good. Okay, now so you're missing one.
Number 1?
He played for the Rangers. He was quite famous. Another personal friend of mine.
Gretzky.
Nope, we already said that. He was number 1. His buddy.
Personal friend. I mean, that would be Wayne to you. No, 99 to you.
His second in command.
Mark Messier?
Mark and Paul Messier. That's right.
Paul Messier's the father, isn't he?
Nope. Paul's a brother.
The brother played in the NHL?
Yeah, played for a bit. He was at the Oilers for a bit, played in the American League. Then he went over to Europe and played.
Oh, I did not know that.
How many games he played in the NHL?
I don't know. You have to ask Surrey.
Good homework.
Surrey. How many games did Paul Messier play? Well, he doesn't even know. He doesn't even answer that one.
He was a right-handed shot.
Oh.
Mark was obviously left-handed. Both centermen.
What number were they?
I don't know. I threw it away.
Mel, what do you got? You obviously got your Ranger garb on there. What perfume do you have on today?
Versace today, Tom.
Is that a repeat? Have you had Versace on before in this show?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wore the Ranger gear today because I was supposed to have a meeting with one of the guys from the Canucks, so I thought I'd piss him off.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of the meeting?
Oh, just to have a beer. It's been depressing here, Tom, for the last couple of weeks. This is the first day that we actually saw the sun in 2 weeks. It's been piss and rain. Right? Yeah. Oh. So I thought I'd put the top down, go to the bar, have a quick beer and lunch, and meet up with the guy that I was supposed to have a meeting with for a couple of weeks. And
is Rochelle still going to her place? That was the place where your daughter worked, right? That she would hang out at for a beer?
Oh, no, she doesn't. No, she doesn't go there anymore. As far as she could, I didn't.
You just don't know. She would not do that to you.
Well, if she's thirsty, she might have to. But anyways, I'll have to ask her.
How are you doing with you've been cleaning up your diet too? How's that going?
Really good. Can you not notice?
Yeah, I was going to say you look like a desert fox.
Freaking rip. Yeah. Well, see, you have to have goals, right? So if I come to New York, I don't want to be fluffy. When you're driving me around, I want to be, almost as good a shape as you.
Can I drive around with my shirt off when we're driving around?
I would. Okay. What's the weather like in a month or so?
Beautiful. It'll be shirt off weather. Tarps off.
Then we'll both walk into a bar with our shirts off.
So, and Gresh is coming with us?
Sure. Yeah.
Shirts off for Gresh?
You two guys are walking the bar with your shirts off.
Okay, let's back up a second here.
Hands will go in by yourself.
Let's back up. You went to your girlfriend's place, Rochelle, to see the parents, and you sat down for Thanksgiving dinner and took your shirt off.
Well, I didn't want to spill. Well, yes, I did.
Did you really do that?
What year was this, Mel?
Oh, this would be 84 when I was in Edmonton. 85, just before summer. Wow. Or when's Thanksgiving? November? Probably cold out, but.
Like, have you guys ever had any embarrassing moments when you go to the bathroom?
Well, I'm there by myself, right?
Well, I went to back in the 1970 something. I went to this girl's house in Brooklyn, and I had to go night before. It was Thanksgiving, right? Night before, played, got hammered, all that stuff, drank all night. Got there, started eating, had to go to the bathroom. So I go, "Excuse me, where's the bathroom?" And they go, "Right there." They point over. It's in the same room as where we're eating. So
it's got to be a door, right?
The door was on there, yeah, but it's like I'm going like this is not good for anybody, right?
Because the noise and smell and everything.
Well, everything. There's like the combination was not good for anybody.
Right.
I'm in there trying to I'm going flushing. The
courtesy flush.
Oh Jesus! And I smoked cigarettes back then, and I'm lighting matches and everything in there, and trying to get rid of it. And I walked out, face was a little red, and
oh, that's good.
You walk out, and there's 12 people at the table. They're all going like this.
Oh man,
look at you.
It's a natural thing. I know it's embarrassing, but it's a natural process, and it's got to come out.
It was kind of like the last time I ever went to somebody's house for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I was at the gym recently, and they've got cameras in the gym, and I'm there by myself, and the toilet got clogged. The toilet got clogged, and I felt bad for the guy, but
you did it. You clogged it.
I clogged the toilet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
have you guys heard the joke about there's three little women on my hand right here? Have you heard that one?
Yeah. Did you tell me that? Or yeah, go ahead. Give us. That's a good one. I like that one.
You hear that one, Mel?
Oh no, that's that. I saw the video of that. That's what it was.
Yeah. Mel, have you ever seen that one? There's on my hand right here. There's a blonde, a brunette, and a redhead, right? So pick up the blonde.
Pretend you're picking up the blonde, Mel.
Pretend you're picking up the blonde. Put her next to your eye.
Rub it on your eye, right?
Does that feel like the first time you had sex?
No.
Okay, put her back.
Don't throw her down. Yeah.
Okay, now pick up the brunette.
Brunette. Okay.
Okay, put her next to your eye. Does that feel like the first time you had sex? No, right? Put her back. Okay. Now pick up the redhead. She's hot too. The redhead, she's hot as hell. Pick her up. Put her next. Does that feel like the first time you had sex? No, right?
No.
Okay, put her back in my hand. Put her back in my hand. Okay, now pick up all three and shake it. Shake them. I feel like the first time you had sex.
Is that how he did it?
Yeah. Okay.
I should have gone golfing today
Why?
because it's nice out.
Oh,
You
yeah.
still go golf. You go golfing after this.
No, it's too late.
How is Vancouver right now? Is it still a beautiful city, right?
Yeah, it is.
No garbage whatsoever. They don't drop garbage in
There's
Canada.
not a piece of garbage anywhere.
No,
No.
none in Canada whatsoever.
No.
I'm taking my kids there. I'm going to take them there this summer, I think.
Vancouver?
Yes.
Stay at Mel's house.
There's too many of us in one house.
Nah.
We got lots of room. It's just the only problem is you're 35 minutes from, well, just like you guys, from downtown. So
I don't care. I don't drive. My kids are driving.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can come out, sure.
Yeah.
No farting in the house, though.
No, I remember. I love Vancouver. It was what a great place.
Well, right now you've got, it's March, almost April. So you've got all the cherry blossoms, all the cherry trees are blooming. It's all pink everywhere. It's pretty nice. And again, it's nice when the sun comes out, but it's been pretty shitty lately. That's why everything's green here.
Yeah.
What's your favorite color, Mel? You're talking about pink and green. What's your favorite color?
Burgundy, deep cherry red burgundy.
Seriously, it is?
Tom, would I shit you?
Yeah. You would.
No.
How about you, Gresh? What's your favorite color?
Green.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a dark green or
Oh, cash.
cash green? Cash green.
What's yours, Tom? Black?
There you go.
Is it your favorite color? Black?
Yeah.
Like when you sit in the truck, when you sit in your truck, all you see is like this black truck, black shirt, and then this head. Right? You can't tell when one starts and the other one ends. It's amazing.
There's a lot of black. I did look at my closet the other day and go, a lot of black in there.
It is. Well, it makes you look thin too,
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah. Makes me,
Yeah.
makes my head look smaller.
Like I was going to tell you that when we were doing that thing for Ronald McDonald, you were wearing a white shirt,
Yeah.
Yeah, made you, not that you're overweight or anything, but
Maybe look fat. Is that what you're saying?
no, fatter
Fat.
and
Fat
white,
head.
red.
Have you coordinated things at all with Jackie, Mel, yet about coming out to a little visit, the 10-day soiree?
No, I'm scared now. I don't know what.
Why are you scared? Why are you scared?
Because you told her I'm mean.
No, Jackie likes you.
I don't think I ever said mean. I just said that I got it personally, went out of my way to get you invited to that golf tournament, and then you.
Okay, so if I come in April, what are the chances I get invited to that golf tournament in September again? 0?
I don't think the two
No,
things.
you'll be invited to the golf tournament. Tom put a good word in for you. Don't let him bullshit you.
I got invited to the last one single-handedly, right to the top.
What have you done lately? Promos?
For you?
No promos. Jackie, number 1 speed dial, Tom Laidlaw.
We did. Ron and I together did the what you call it, Ronald McDonald House thing.
That was fun.
That was very nice. It was a great event.
Yeah, they raised a lot of money for that.
Yeah, they didn't raise over like $800,000. Only was just in one night, but they raised $800,000.
Well, it's basically combined into one night because everybody pays in advance to be there and all the sponsors.
That's right.
So
That's
I
right.
think they raised close to $900,000, which is good, for Ronald McDonald House. Ronald McDonald House never closed down 1 minute during the pandemic.
Is Mel playing in the Ranger Islanders alumni game? April 23rd.
He's got a bad knee.
I haven't skied in 2 years. I haven't got invited. We're open for discussion. I could show up for that, but I won't play. No.
Well,
Why
Mel,
would
I'm doing a golf tournament, and it's going to be it's going to be in conjunction with Garden of Dreams.
That's in May, you said.
I think so. Yeah, I think the date. We're just going to finalize the date this week, and then we'll have to get you to come out.
So Doug has brought up the point of trying to have a golf tournament. Again, not a bad idea at all, Doug. Just going to throw something else out there. Ron's already having a golf tournament. And we had suggested, I think last week, about maybe having a comedy night. We could do it either downtown at the Gotham Comedy Club in Manhattan or out in Palisades Mall at Levity Live. Easy event to put on. We know who our friends own the place. And it'd be an easy event. It'd be a fun event. Great way to raise some money, have a fun time. Just another option.
I think we should try to figure that out, Tom, and then do it for like the first week of the playoffs. A lot of people around it, you know.
Yeah. We're another fundraiser opportunity too. Is Ira is going to spelling B. God.
Spelling what?
B.
Ira's come out of his shell since he got to know us. You know
Is that a
that?
BA?
I
Is
actually
that
need to go back in his shell.
Is that a BA? Spelling BA.
Yeah, isn't B like BEE?
Yeah.
No, but that's Canadian. BA.
BA. Nice touch.
Yeah.
BA where there's no garbage.
There's not though, Tom. Canada's much cleaner. They for some reason people just don't throw crap out the window.
I do agree. Canada's a very clean city.
Yeah.
And I agree with you 100%.
Canada's not a clean city. It's a clean
Good
country.
point by you. Good, excellent point by you again. You are sharp today.
Sharp.
Sharp.
So
Like
here's another question.
tact.
And since you guys have been in New York a long time, I remember going to Rockefeller Center in the winter time, 12 beers in my pocket, just go for a little walk around, because it's how many people visit Rockefeller Center in a year?
How many? 17 million.
How many people visit Rockefeller? But how would you know who visits it, though? I mean, it's not like you're going through a turnstile or something.
Because Wang Chung counted them. Remember Wang
Like
Chung?
like the turtles?
Yeah.
That's son of a gun. That's son of a gun.
Today.
Wang Chung and that roving reporter Spazzano have counted every person that goes to Rockefeller Center. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because they're having a bit of an overhaul, if you didn't know. So
9 million.
Nope.
That's George says so.
How
No.
many?
125 million people come through Rockefeller Center, and Wang Chung and Richard Spazzano
Every year?
Every year. So the reason I
Same
brought
amount every year. It's like the same people every year, like the same number.
it could be. I don't. You got to ask Wang Chung.
Hold it. 125.
But they're turning it into a roller blading area for the summertime, in case you want to go with your shirt off and go to roller blading.
I should do that. Get the headband going the whole bit.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo. Yeah.
So hold it. That's 10 million people a month, right?
Yeah, it's easy.
I'm not buying that number, Ron. I'm with you. I know your question is.
10 million a month. So that's 300,000 a day. No, 30,000 a day.
I don't know.
Maybe it was 12.5 million. I didn't have my glasses on.
You'd had 12 beers by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 beers. You're right. It's times 12.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense to me.
Where's Rich Spazzano? Have you been in touch with him? Did he do any homework for this show?
Well, he helped me out on a little thing too, and so super marriage.
You helped out on your little thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't take it.
So no, he reminded me of, I forgot about like super marriage tips. So super marriage tip number 4. So when you're, that's someone special that comes on Sunday and cuts your grass and trims your trees and rakes the lawn, it's probably wise not to go up to her and say, "Can you make me supper now?"
He sent me that. I forgot he sent that too. That was good.
Well, Tom does the cooking, Mel.
Yeah. We got a question here, Ron, that I think you need to answer. Okay. Bill is going to the game tomorrow. Can you recommend a pregame bar?
I don't drink, Bill.
Yeah, for him, not for you.
There's a bar on 31st Street called Tracks. There's
Tracks.
another bar on 36th Street. Delmonico's. Those two I know people there. So those are two I would suggest.
Go in there. I'm friends with Ron Grester. Say that, right?
No, they'll charge you double, but that's okay.
Okay, let me see. Dougie's sharp. Ask Mr. Larry how many guys does it take to row a 3-man boat?
Depends how fast you want to go, right, Mel?
Yeah. So that's your friend. Hey, Danny's your friend, Tom.
Oh, we're tight. Doug and I are like, I admire the man. It's not just a friendship thing. He's a brilliant man.
Wow.
Is he short? Is he short like the real Danny?
Oh,
No, he's a monster of a man.
6'1", 192.
Yeah.
Nobody's under 200. Nobody that's 6'1" is under 200 pounds.
Ripped like a desert fox, that Doug is too.
Oh.
Well,
Who cuts his hair? Who cuts his hair?
Cuts his own. Ron, I really like the decoration like you've done. Like it gives it like a stately manner, that lamp that you put there.
What?
Your lamp that you put in there, officer. I know you had that last week, but I really like it. It's like you're a
What lamp?
what?
Oh, that lamp.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't see it.
Does that Zamboni picture stay up there all the time, Mel?
I just
on the wall. It's on the
too
wall.
lazy. I was too lazy to take it down. I've had other things I've had to do, Tom.
Oh,
So,
okay. Like what?
well, we'll talk about it next week.
Have you ever driven a Zamboni, Mel?
I don't believe so.
I never have. Have you, Gresh?
I was on it.
I've driven. I jumped on the side of one a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But at the garden once I did. But I never really ridden on top of one, like
Didn't we talk about the juicer already, or was that offline?
No, you didn't.
Oh,
What
sorry.
juice?
I was going to yell at Ira, but he was right for the first time in 2 years.
Did he spell that right? I can't see my glasses.
Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of a lazy thing. He just writes juicer ? Like
Like, what does that mean?
The juicer, please discuss the juicer, something like that. But
Is that an actual picture of Ira, or is that his kid?
I don't know.
That's Rockefeller Center as well.
That's not what I'd picture Ira to look like.
No,
I'd like a shorter little guy, kind of like with hair all over the place.
Yeah, no, I'd say bald as well.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
But maybe a little bit scraggy. He doesn't shave it down. There's just a little hair sticking up all over the place. Yeah.
yeah. Probably a beard to compensate for lack of hair on.
Right. Maybe like a 70s porn star mustache.
Yeah.
Where's your nonprofit located?
Park Avenue.
Long Island.
Park Avenue.
Yeah, Park Avenue.
Oh, what is that? Is that your computer in the back there, Ron?
That's my old computer, Tom. I put it up there. I haven't taken it down yet because, I feel
That's nice. Gives it like the office feel. Like it's kind of like a.
Well, no, I got to take it down pretty soon. I just, as I need stuff off it that I need for different things, I take it off. And once I've got it all on the new computer, then I will throw it out.
Do you think Ira's got a little bit of a lazy thing going on? Like he can't write full sentences, can't write New York City. He's got to go NYC.
Yeah. I could probably help you save money, Ira, on different things if you guys own the buildings or don't own the buildings, whatever. Send me
What?
send me your number.
Yeah, just say it or just post it, Ira. Post your phone number and your address and your bank account number and your social security number. Just post that for us. We'll help you out. All right. Well, looks like somebody's getting calls in here. It's been a great week. Mel, good job. I'm proud of you, brother. You were prepared.
Hey, what's the next? When does the playoffs start? Does anybody know?
And you were right, Gresh. It's later on in April. I was arguing with you. I thought it was earlier in April, but I think it's like the last week of April.
Yep.
No, what's that? What, the playoffs?
Yeah, there's a month left in the season, 20 games.
The playoffs won't start till May.
I think it's last week. You could be right, Rob, because I was wrong last week.
Well, unless there's 40 days in April. The 40 days in April?
I don't think so, Ron.
Because if it's 40 days in April, then there is.
First week of May, Susan Brooks says. If Susan says first week of May, that's what it is.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah. But okay, all right. Well, you guys have a good week, and if you don't, too bad for you.
See you, everybody. Great job, Mel.
Thanks.
You're back.
Talk,
You're back.
talk to Jackie about the flight.
You want me to get on that?
Yeah. Well, we're friends, right?
You and Jackie?
Last time I stuck my neck out for you.
No, let's. Hey, every second that goes by is history. Let's move on.
Okay, you got it. Okay.
Yeah.
See everybody next week.